Heyo! Today I am going to be reviewing Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Anyway Whatever Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Fisher. And as I said in the opening bumper, somebody finally got me to sit down and watch Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Thank you to Eric Bullitt for recommending this one. He's from Austin, Texas. I've been seeing this on Netflix like for 10 years. This movie came out in 2010. And for whatever reason, I never wanted to watch it. It looked like, I thought it was a Larry the Cable Guy movie or something. Nothing against Larry the Cable Guy. I've done t-shirt work for him and I've paid my rent with Larry the Cable Guy checks. So I'm not hating on Larry the Cable Guy. He's not really my thing, but I think that's why I avoided this. It just looked like that's what it looked like to me, like some blue collar comedy thing, and that's not really where it's at for me. Fair play to you if it is. So this movie, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, came out in 2010. It's got a Shaun of the Dead type of vibe, but a little bit more slapsticky than that. And maybe not quite as smart as Shaun of the Dead, which is my second favorite horror movie, right behind Return of the Living Dead, which I will definitely do a review of at some point. This movie came out in 2010. I said that already. Stars Tyler Labine, Alan Tudyk, Katrina, Bowden, and Jesse Moss as the bad guy, Chad. Special note that the character Chloe, who is, I can't remember the name of the girl who plays her, Chelan Simmons, I think is what her name is. She was fantastic. I'll get onto her a little bit more in a little bit as I go. I wasn't expecting much. I have to be very honest with you. I was not expecting much from this movie at all. And to be even more honest, I wanted to not like this movie. I wanted to think it was stupid and not like it. And it kind of had that going in the beginning. I was like, it took it a few minutes. It's just started hammering all the easy horror movie cliches, the stupid entitled college kids, the dumb redneck hillbillies, but once it got going, it was very funny. The basic premise is that these college kids go out to go camping, and at the same time in the same area, these two redneck dudes are going to their new vacation home where they're going to hunt and fish, and and what happens in between is a gigantic misunderstanding and a comedy of errors that keep both sides thinking the other side is something that they're not. It's pretty funny. I have to admit, I laughed a lot. It was way more funny than I thought. And the gore factor was really high. And for it being all CG gore, it was done really well, especially for it being 10 years old. And then all the gore stuff was really, really funny and really well done. There's a scene with the wood chipper that's really funny and really gory. And then it turns into another scene with that same wood chipper that's really, really good. All the characters are interesting and likable. The main redneck guy, Dale, is really good, really funny character. The girls are cute. The college guys are dickheads like you would expect. I'll give you a little bit more stuff that I liked about it before I go too far into what I didn't like. It took me a little while to catch on to what the storyline was. Like, you kept thinking, oh, is this the bad guy or is this the bad guy? And then once it finally became clear who the bad guy was, it was pretty well done. The one of the downsides to it was the main character Chad. He's supposed to be unlikable, as you know, he's the leader of the college kids, but he's not unlikable in a way that's pleasant in any way. It's like it's a little too over the top asshole, in the respect that, I mean, it's a horror movie and you're supposed to suspend disbelief to some degree, but nobody would be friends with this guy. He wouldn't have a group of friends to go camping with if he acted like this for 1 second of his life. Everybody would fucking hate him and he'd have no friends. He'd be exiled forever from everyone everywhere, because he's just a fucking asshole, like a total asshole. Aside from that, man, the amount of problems I had with it were pretty small. It could have been a little shorter. There's a flat spot in the third portion, third chapter of the movie that they could have sped up or just, you know, gotten rid of altogether. But other than that, it was pretty good. The running prank went a little long is the only other real thing that I mean, it's like, okay, we fucking get it. I won't spoil it too much. I mean, again, this is a 10-year-old movie, and if you haven't seen it, that's your problem. That's not my problem. So any spoilers that I do give are on your back. But, you know, I'd recommend it. You should watch it, especially if you like horror movies. It's, you know, it's right up the 80s slasher horror alley, and it is very funny. It's not Shaun of the Dead, but, you know, I would probably watch it again. The character Chloe was probably my favorite part of the movie, just because she was so dead on, like 80s scream queen character, like just ditzy, tits out, mini shorts, screaming and covered in blood the entire time. They nailed that character down perfectly. You know, I think that's really all I got on this one. I really liked it a lot. I would recommend it. It's probably a 12 out of 15 for me. It's like a B+ movie. Maybe it's an A-. I'll watch it again and I'll make a further determination on exactly how much I do or don't like it on a second viewing. I watch movies over and over if I like them, so there's a good chance I'll probably watch this movie again to get a deeper understanding of it. But that's what I got for you. You know, comment below if this is like something if this is a movie that you liked and there's something that I missed or something that you'd like me to check out on a future viewing of this. Give me a shout out in the comments, and we can discuss any further stuff like that. As usual, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, follow on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Follow along there. Everything's Anyway Whatever podcast. The link card at the end of the video will give you all that information. And anyway, whatever.